another episode of the Total R&B podcast. My name is Loreena, and today I have an amazing guest on the show. She is a Brooklyn native who's been in the music industry for over 4 decades. She has stood beside some of the legends that we have in the game. So I'm going to name some of them, like Whitney Houston, Luther Vandross, Chaka Khan, Mary J. Blige, D'Angelo, Erykah Badu. The list goes on. All of these legendary voices. She's been a part of some of the songs that have shaped our lives, but she is much more than just a voice behind the voices. She is a singer. She's a songwriter. She's an arranger, a producer, also a vocal coach and an activist. And she is an amazing independent artist who has always forged her own path. And so now, after 10 years, she is returning to us with a brand new album called Iris that I cannot wait to get into. So welcome to the podcast, Karen Bernod. How are you?
I'm great. Nice to meet you. We had another situation. It was a couple of weeks ago, but now we're here. It's a better day too. So everything happens for a reason.
Yes, it is a better day. Of course, it's nice outside. You're enjoying the lovely weather and everything is better. So it's great. So I'm glad that you made it onto the podcast.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And so I always start off the podcast the same way. I always ask the same question, which is, what is your first memory of R&B music?
Oh, wow. That's a good question. My first memory of R&B, which is rhythm and blues, which we don't seem to have at the moment. But I would say Marvin Gaye. It was when I was a child, so when it really made an influence. I would say Marvin Gaye or the Jackson 5. I know that's going way back, way before you were born. Yeah, Jackson 5 or Marvin Gaye. That influence.
But even though it's before my time, it's music that I listen to now. So
it's great music.
That's how great.
Listen to it. Exactly. It's great music.
Exactly. Is there specific songs that come to mind?
I Want You Back by the Jackson 5 and Distant Lover by Marvin Gaye and Save the Children. All of his catalog, really, but those, I had to mention something.
No, those are good ones. I really like that. And so for you, growing up, what was the moment that you knew that music was your calling, part of your purpose?
Well, I'll say this. I said this on another interview. My mom said I came out of her womb. Instead of crying, the doctor said I came out. So that would be that hint, although I don't remember that. But at the age of 7, I was in a contest in my elementary school, PS 270 in Brooklyn on Clausen Avenue. And I was in a talent show. I was 7. Everybody else was like 13, 14. I was the youngest one. And I sang a song by a group called The Moments, which was before my time. But, good music, you're influenced by it. So you're going to want to get involved with good music. So I sang the song. It was called Love on a Two-Way Street. I didn't know what that meant, but I sang the song and I won. The pomp and circumstance, my mother grinning in the first row and clapping and everyone standing up and clapping for me and all of that rah-rah. I was like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. This is it. And I've been going ever since.
Definitely. You've taken that and you've ran with it and you've done so much amazing stuff in your career.
Thank you.
What I always see is that you're always welcome. You're always bigging up Brooklyn, where you're from.
Born and
So
raised.
how does Brooklyn influence you, yes, as an artist?
Well, Brooklyn is the fabric of my being. I was born and raised here. Brooklyn has so much flavor, so much swag, so many great, talented artists have come out of Brooklyn. And it's just it's my cry. It's my foundation. It's my, like I said before, it's like the fabric of my being. Everything that I do, everything I sing about, my lyrics, the arrangements or whatever is based in, my roots, which is Brooklyn. So it has a really big influence on me. Brooklyn is a dope borough. It's the best borough, actually. I know some people are going to be like, no, it's not. Yeah. It's one of the best, I'll say that. Harlem and Brooklyn.
Yes. Well, I say I love Brooklyn. Every time I go to New York, I have to go to Brooklyn. Always.
Yeah. Especially now, it's been regentrified to the 10th power. I mean, there's skyscrapers here now. It's very metropolis, whereas before it was very more neighborhoody, not very tall buildings, it was kind of, but now everybody and their mother wants to be here. Everyone one from every country lives here. But that's always been the case. It's been a big melting pot. But yes, it's a great borough. I love it.
I want to jump ahead a little because I want to talk about the album that we're going to be getting next month that I'm excited to hear. It's called Iris. So I want you to tell us what the album is about and because I know there's a special meaning behind it, and also why now, 10 years later, did you feel like this is the time to put out a whole project?
Well, I took a little break from the business just to, feel, I should say, a little normalized again because I was on the road for a while. I was on the road with Mary. I was on the road with Chaka. I was on the road with Erykah. I was on the road with D'Angelo, and those kind of run consecutive. So I was one after the other. I'd come home sometime to visit, but I was on the road. So I was missing family events. I was losing boyfriends because they couldn't take the traveling or all of that. I was like, the family part of it just kind of got away because I was on the road for a while. So I was like, I'm going to take a break. And I joined my choir, which is Brooklyn Interdenominational Choir. Pastor Hay is the pastor and director. And I joined that choir. I stayed with them. I'm still with them now, but I stayed with them for about 12 or 13 years before I took another little break to redo some other stuff. And then I decided, I've lived some. A lot of stuff has happened since I was last in the business, like full throttle. And I figured I had more to write about, more life to write about, more experiences I had to write about. And I thought it was time. And my mother and I are very still spiritually very close. And I love her deeply, and her name is Iris, the beautiful flower that she is. And I wanted to do something to dedicate to her, and that'll be coming out like around my birthday, which is very apropos. It's my birthday and Stevie Wonder's birthday, same day. So all of that
Yes.
together just kind of brings a nice project, inspired project. Yeah.
I love that. And then coinciding with that, you have a performance that's happening at City Winery on Mother's Day.
Yep, May 10th, 5 p.m. It's me and my band, Brooklyn Soul, my very badass band. I'm really looking forward to it. I did June 30th of last year. I did City Winery upstairs, and it sold out really well. And they were like, wow, we should have had her downstairs because they were bringing chairs and tables from downstairs upstairs because people kept coming in. And that turned out to be a great thing. They brought me back to do downstairs on the main stage, and it's gonna be awesome because of the event. I love City Winery is a really nice venue. I go there and see a lot of different artists upstairs and downstairs. The last artist I think I saw there was Layla Hathaway, who's great, gorgeous, and I'm looking forward to this because I have a lot of people coming out. I haven't done a concert like this in a while, other than June 30th. I have new things to sing about, new things to celebrate. Folks are coming from all over, like high school friends who moved out of New York are coming in to see the show. People that have never seen me before. New people are being introduced to my music and me as an artist. And, it's in New York, right on the Hudson, on the water. They got good food, good drinks, good wine. And it's going to be a fun Mother's Day for all the moms and those who mother. There's a lot of men out there who mother too. So it's going to be for all of those who celebrate Mother's Day.
Wow. It sounds like it's going to be like an amazing time. There's going to be a lot of people going there. So are there still tickets left?
So as far as I know, yeah, I haven't heard different. Okay. So yeah, but I hope to be sold out by the time the show. At least 1 or 2 seats left, maybe.
Just 1 or 2 seats left. But no, I'm hoping that it gets sold out. I think that would be really dope.
Me too. But if it doesn't, whoever's going to be there is going to get a show.
Definitely.
So selling out is
amazing.
Nice.
Yeah, but I think I'm gonna stay positive. I'm gonna
Me too.
say it's gonna be soul.
Put it out there in the
Yes,
universe.
exactly. Everybody's gonna bring somebody. Like it's gonna fill up.
Ones plus twos, you know. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna be.
Speaking of the wonderful, beautiful flower that is your mom, Iris, what's something that she instilled in you that has, influenced you as an artist or just the woman that you are?
She has definitely instilled in me to believe in myself, never let anyone stray me from what I believe in and my goals. Be humble, treat people with respect and kindness. Don't take shit from anybody. Pursue my dream, go full throttle with my dream, whatever it is. Focus on it, full speed ahead. Do what you want to do what you're gifted to do. This is a gift from God. No one taught me how to sing. And be authentic and organic and original. You know, be yourself. And I was saying at the other interview, like, you know, when I first started singing, I was singing Michael Jackson and folks like that, and I was singing out of my nose, like, and my mom was like, "No, Karen, there's already a Michael. Find yourself, find your own voice, be original, so someone can say, let me sound like Karen Bernod, you know." She instilled independence. She instilled to be proud of my Blackness, wear it, you know, and be proud, walk proud with it, know my history, be well read and well versed, share the knowledge with others, each one, reach one, and teach one. And I am who she has, you know, instilled in me. Everything that she's instilled in me, that's who I am. I hope I answered that because I said a lot, right?
That's beautiful. Yeah, but it's so much. Our moms teach us a lot. Like if we have that opportunity to have that relationship with our
Yeah,
parents, just to see all the amazing things that she instilled in you came to fruition. So I know she is super proud of the woman that
yeah.
you've become and you're still becoming. Yeah, that's amazing. And did she sing too?
Well, she did. She said she sang when she was in high school. She didn't pursue it, but she said she sang in the choir and she had a few solos, and they said she had a nice voice. So I'm thinking that's where I got it from. She's like, no, but I think so.
Maybe she didn't want to take away the shine, so she just said, "No,
That might
it's
have been.
not for me."
She's humble like that. That might have been it.
I love that. And you have some songs that you released from this album so far that everybody can listen to. And so I wanted to go through some of those songs to see how those songs have come together. So one of them is Believe, which is a song that is out now that has such powerful message. It's so uplifting. And
Thank you.
one of the lyrics that I like was, "Thank God we don't look like what we've been through."
Isn't it the truth, though? Could you imagine
Yeah,
the monstrous looks we'd have if we actually looked like what we've been through? Oh my God, there'd be some monsters out here. But God is a good God, you know? So yeah, that just came to my out of my head, down my arm, into my hand as I was writing. And when I realized I wrote that and I was singing it to myself, I was like, wow, yeah, that's powerful. So that came authentically, you know. Believe. We have to believe. We're going through tumultuous times right now in the world. Globally, we're going through unprecedented times. And if you don't believe in anything, you know, you have to believe in something. So believe in goodness, believe in hope, believe in that things will get better, believe in our ancestors who fought and died for the things that we are now fortunate to have. And the fights that we're fighting now, they fought, but they laid the groundwork. You know, we are strong, innovative people who have been tried true, and like the phoenix from the ashes, we still rise, like my girl says. And then I rise, I should say. That's what she said. Maya
yeah.
Angelou. I just thought it was a universal word to have a song written about. Believe. Simple. You know, everyone wants to believe in something good, hopefully, you know, but believe. And that line kind of rounds out the whole song, you know.
No, it does. And it definitely is something that we do need. And it also reminded me like just how resilient we are as Black people, and that a lot of times like we're going through a lot, like you said, globally, but we will
Always.
have
We all,
fun. We will
yeah.
find a way to still have fun and smile and be happy and joyful and have that hope. So it
Yeah,
just made me think about all these things.
yeah. Resilient is a great word for us because we are very resilient. We have to be though, you know? Yeah.
And then also on Rain on My Star, which I really love that song. I like listened to it over and over again. This one gave me more like a longing and waiting for love. So what inspired that song?
Now, my friend JD, James Day, wrote that song, along with Howie. I think it's Howie Productions. I might be saying it incorrectly. Please forgive me. But James Day they both wrote the lyrics to that song and the melody. I gave my Karenisms to it, like in the background and my style of singing it, you know. But that's why I wanted to do the song because I love the lyrics and it took me back to yesteryear, like the Delphonics and the Blue Magics of the 70s, especially the beginning of how it starts, you know, and it gave me the feeling of a slight like my girl Phyllis Hymanish kind of meets, like I said, Blue Magic and Delphonics, and you know, of that era, kind of esque. So I really wanted to do it because I don't have any songs like that in my catalog, and you know, it's great when other people write for you and it's what you feel the song and you get something out of it. Therefore, you can execute it and really give your all to it. And that's how I felt about that song. And when JD asked me to do it, and I heard it, and I heard it, I said, "Oh my God, that sounds like Blue Magical." And I was naming different groups. He said, "Karen, that's all of that, all of that." I was like, "Oh yeah, sure." I actually did it for a demo for him to give it to another artist. But then after I heard everything and that they put everything together and it's the engineer, you know, after I heard it, I was like, no, can I use this for my next project? And he was like, sure. And that's how it came to be. Thanks, JD.
Yes, well, thank you, JD. I don't know, just like you said, as soon as you press play and the music comes in, you're just transported
Right, it
back
takes you
into a
there,
whole
right?
other.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
No, 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 no. You want to it gets your attention as soon as you hear the notes in the beginning. It's like, oh, what's this gonna be? And then each time I look into the sky, you know, and it goes on and yeah. And I like the title too, Rain on My Star, you know.
I'm definitely feeling that song. As soon as I heard it, I was hooked. I'm like, this is definitely
Good
going to
sign,
be.
good sign.
Yes, no, it is good. Like, I was just thinking of like summertime, nighttime, like,
Riding in a convertible car, hair blowing in the wind.
yes, yes. I got all those things from listening. It's such a dreamy type of song. I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah.
So yeah, that it's.
That's good.
And then the
Thanks.
other song that was released so far from the album, Together in Spirit. So I love the concept of the song, if you could talk about it.
Yeah. This song, you know, I truly believe in everything happens for a reason and in its own season. Because I wrote that song 1997-ish, 8-ish maybe. And I wrote it for a friend, Rob. Okay, so a friend of mine named Rob, who lives in Atlanta now. He used to live here in New York and Long Island, but he moved to Atlanta. He had a project that he was working on, and Gil Smalls and he had collaborated on that track. And Rob asked me to listen to the track and, you know, what could I do with it? And I wrote what I wrote to it, and then we went to the studio in Long Island and recorded it. And then time went by, and technology changed. And by the time like 2000 and maybe 5 or 6 came around, or maybe a little more than that, but a little less than that. But by the time 2000s came around, she had changed, and I wanted to redo the song but I didn't have any access to, they only had it, if I can make it sound simple, they only had it, okay, so the entire song was on one track. For me to do like backgrounds and stuff like that, I would have had to have more tracks. That wasn't feasible because technology had changed and they didn't have any of of the stuff that we had from before. Then the brother Gil, may he rest in peace, passed away. And when it was time for me to do this project, my manager, Dwayne Snight, took the track and let one of his friends hear it, whose name is Sixth Sense. And he took it and listened to it, and he was able to fix what we couldn't. And he added some things to it and gave it a new facelift and made it a little more current to today's sound. And when I heard what he did to it, I lost my mind and said, we must use this. Because I love the song. I loved it when we did it in the 90s. And I like the fact, because I'm singing octaves. I'm singing a low octave, which I sound like a dude, and then I'm singing the high octave with it. So it gave it a little Prince kind of vibe, and then the lyrics are, my lyrics are usually uplifting, endearing, educational, fun, joy, happy, I suffer as anyone does, but I like to write songs that uplift, educate, enlighten, make you feel good, light, happy, and because we got enough troubles in the world, right? So that came together, and I wrote Together in Spirit, and when it was time for this project, we put it on the album, and I'm glad we did. I love the new arrangement of it. It's bringing back the great production that Gil Smalls, may he rest in peace, added to it, because it was his track, and he wrote it, and him and my friend Rob collaborated on it. And then it came to be what it is today, and here we are.
That's amazing, and I think that's one of like the great things about the advancement of technology, because I just I did an interview with Sean Rivera from As Yet, and he just put out his first debut album, but he used AI to get it done because a lot of the tracks were from like 10 years, 20 years ago, and he didn't have, well, some of them got ruined, and then some of them, like, he couldn't get the people to come in or play the instruments. Like, different stuff happens throughout the years, right?
When technology changes like that, it just changed everything up, And it's from, well, not them, analog, and then you have digital, and then you have MIDI, and then so many things.
Yeah. And so he was able to use AI and like still fix the track in the way that he wanted it to make sure it sounded like how he envisioned in his head, and he was able to put those tracks together so they don't go to waste, and then present it to the world. So I thought that was really cool. And then for you to be able to do that with your track, and also, the legacy of going with that track, like, I think that's just amazing.
I thank God for that, because I really, really, I know my manager kept saying, Karen, we can't, the technology won't allow. I said, I'm not giving up. And finally, it came to what it is today, and we were able to do it. And he was happy too when he heard what Sixth Sense had done to the arrangement of it. And I was like, I just loved it. I just loved what he had, because it's a mixture of what do you call it? The production of it. I forgot what he used to give the sound that he gave, because it's very a mixture of it's kind of hip hopish, but not really, giving that flavor. And it just all just gelled well together. And I wish Gil Small's wife, she really loved what we did with it and thanked us for that. Yeah, so that felt good too.
Beautiful. And speaking of music, so normally, like, the music is all categorized, put into boxes. And so for you, you're often put into the neo soul category or box. And then there's so many artists. I see I see it coming there. But there's other artists like Raphael Sadiq and D'Angelo that feel like there should, like, neo soul, like, what is that? Why do we have that? It's just for marketing.
You know what I feel? I feel like, first of all, neo is a prefix for new. There's nothing new about myself. I just think that music has to always be compartmentalized, because we are so vast and so, so somebody threw neo in. And when I was with Erykah, they called her a neo soul artist. I'm like, she's not neo soul. But like I said, they have to come. Raphael Sadiq and D'Angelo, I was getting ready to curse. They are not neo soul.
You could curse.
Okay, good. They are soul. SOUL. From the soul. When they were considering, I was considered to be neo soul, and then I heard I was I was neo soul and neo jazzy something soul, and there was a couple of labels that they gave me. And I was like, okay. And when you speak to me, I'll just let you know what I am and what I'm influenced by. But soul, the word soul encompasses many different genres. Soul could be funk, R&B, jazz, all of that could be mixed together, and that's a soulful sound. You know, I'll take whatever you can give me, as long as it's respectful.
Yes. So for you yourself, what would you describe your sound as?
I consider me an R&B soul artist that delves into jazz, country. I like all types of music, but my music is soulful. I'm also a house head. I had a house jam out in 1998 two called Motherland. It was released around the same time Mandela was released. It's a big club hit. They still play it. Those who go to house, real house, not EDM, but house music, like from Chicago and New York, people still go out and they still play that. It's by the name of the group at the time was called Tribal House, and the name of the song was called Motherland. I don't know if you've heard of it. I don't know if you're a house head, but that's soulful. It's house, but it's still soulful music. So, that's the way I look at it.
No, that's good. And I don't know why I listen to house, but I don't like stream it. So I never know who is singing the song.
Yeah. And house
I
is so
never know.
a house artist. But there's one sister who I sang a lot of her background. I sang a lot of background on different songs in the 90s. Barbara Tucker. Now she's house diva mama.
Yes.
And she's also a friend of
Yes.
mine. We went to high school together too. She's house.
Wow.
Everything about her is house. And she's bad at what she does. And everyone knows Barbara Tucker. I call her Barb's,
Yes.
but I just wanted to shout that out. She's a house. I have a lot of house diva friends, but Barbara's like, everyone knows Barbara. Like you said, yes, like you know her. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, definitely.
Men,
I will not get that one wrong.
yes, Barbara Tucker. I sang on, are you familiar with the song she did, Beautiful People? For people, beautiful people. Yeah, I'm singing on that. I'm singing on a few of her songs because she's got some really dope stuff. We were all in the studio in the 90s, the late 90s, jamming.
Yeah, one of my sisters and my best friend Leah, they are dancers. So they did house whacking, all that stuff.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
that has been around me forever.
Yeah, I love it. I love house music. I love when I go to Chicago and I hang out with all my gay friends and they take me to all the gay clubs because that's where the good house music is. It's like with that boom, 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 that bass going and like dancing and having
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, always. But that's another thing too. Like you were saying, your music is always uplifting and positive. House music too gives you
Yeah.
that same thing. And when you go to the parties, you just feel free and everyone's
Inspired, right.
dancing and having a good.
Exactly. Yeah. One of the house songs that's really inspirational that came out when we were partying hard was Follow Me, I'm hoping. Yeah, that's my jam. To see the day. Yeah, me too. When my people. Okay, all right, I'm back.
Wait, so who sings that song? Gotta look this stuff up. I don't know
I'm
their
looking it up
name.
because I can't remember. Because a couple of people. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna tell you right now. Why don't you follow me? It's by Ali Us. This is the club mix. Yes, Ali Us or Ally Us. ALY capital US. Can you see this?
Yes. I'm writing this down because like I know the songs, but I have no clue who sings them because they were always on like a cassette tape or a CD. It was like a mix I always had.
Yeah, that's as soon as that boom, 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 everybody loses their mind. Because everybody knows, but the rest is,
Yes.
hey. Yeah, that's a good jam. What kind of music what favorite, like, type of music? Genre, I should say.
I listen to everything.
That's good.
There's pretty
That's
much
good.
nothing that I don't listen to. Like I
Me
could
too.
listen to R&B, hip hop, house, I could listen to country. I could
I
listen to
love country.
jazz. I did,
Jazz.
yeah, I did ballet when I was younger, so I would listen to like classical
Yes.
music sometimes.
Read to classical.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll just turn classical music on and turn down low and read my book. Yeah, I love, you know what? And when I go to other countries, I was just telling my friend this the other night. When I go to other countries, because some people here are ignorant, they're like, I'm not listening to that. It's in a different language. I'm like, music is music. In every country I go to, I always ask the natives, who is the hottest artist right now? And they'll give me the hottest artist and I'll check it out. And then I'll discover some other folk. And it's in different languages, but it's great. I love Brazilian music. It's so
Mhm.
romantic and sexy. And I love the different types of harmonics that Africa uses, different parts of Africa, West Africa, South Africa, East Africa. It's all, you know, I just love it. I love it. I love the different languages and the different harmonics because they use a whole different harmonic system than we might do over here in America. And music is the shit, man. It's like the universal language where you will find racists, white supremacists, just people who are hateful and just don't like life with normal people who are loving life and love joy all under one roof for 1 or 2 hours, just concentrating on that music. Everybody's gelling, vibing. And that one time, as soon as everybody leaves, all the shit starts again. But I always call it the
Yeah.
universal. I love it for that. I love the way it brings people together. I love it. And animals love it. You can see animals cooing or just rocking when they hear music. I love it.
It is. I think the first time that I really experienced that, how it's like universal and everyone loves it, I used to work in the Canadian version of Best Buy. And so we had the entertainment section and we had, I think we were playing a Michael Jackson CD that was coming out. Maybe it's like the greatest hits or something. But I remember working and looking up, and everybody in the store was singing along and bopping their head or dancing to Michael Jackson. Everybody.
That's
And
what
I
I
was
love.
just like, oh my gosh.
And it's great to see. Makes you feel good. It's inspiring because that's how the world, I believe, once we get men out of, I'm just going to go here for a minute. Once we get men out of political positions and let some women, because every country that a woman is governing right now, there are no wars, there's no poverty. Men have been fucking it up for a while. And I wish they would just realize that, put their egos aside, and let us come in there and fix some stuff that they have like. But I'm saying all of that to say that music, just like the man in the oval now, the demented one, is trying to divide everybody. Music brings everybody together, and that's what it's about. And I believe somewhere in politics they should implement that because music calms. Children like what do you call it? What is it? Give a Wish or something like that. That organization that takes care of children who have sickness and illnesses, and they hire celebrities to
Oh,
come.
Make a Wish.
Make a Wish, right? I said Give a Wish, but yeah, Make a Wish, like things like that. And then you have programs where people go to jails and perform for the inmates, and then you have people that go to different hospitals, and it's just it's healing. It's healing. Could you imagine a world
Yeah.
without music? Could you?
I try to think about that one time
Really?
because I'm a person that listens to music all the time and I would be miserable.
Think we'd be able to exist if you think about it. I can't think of. Yeah, it's deep, right?
Yeah. Like if all of my vinyls and CDs got taken away from me and I was banned from streaming apps and I had no radio, like nothing, I would literally go insane.
I just wanted to say one thing to you. Since you said vinyl, yesterday we ordered, my manager and I ordered stuff. Well, we ordered vinyl for my project, so it's on vinyl as well as CDs and as well as streaming. So vinyl for the DJs, and So just wanted to let you know that. So you were you saying now?
No, back to the vinyl though. I think that is such a great idea because so many people are buying vinyls now. They want physical
It's
copies
back.
of the music.
It's back.
Exactly.
It's more expensive
So I
now
think
though.
that, yeah, it is. But people are willing to purchase physical copies. So even though the price is different, they're still going out and they're still purchasing it. So I love when artists put out vinyl versions of their
Yeah.
projects.
Me too. It's a warmer sound if you listen to it in comparison to CDs and the digital. The digital has like a crisp, you know, focused, pointed sound. But when you listen to the vinyl, it's warm and it's ambient and airy, and you hear the drums over here and you hear the bass. You know what I mean? It's nice. It's cozy.
Yes, cozy. I like that. It is
Thank you.
cozy. It's a better listening experience.
Think it could be a
Yes.
T-shirt? Music is cozy.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna give you one too.
Yeah, I think that's good. Music is cozy. I definitely wear it because I believe it.
We're gonna have some merch at my show too. So, oh, but you're not coming. Are you coming?
No,
I know
I'm all the
you.
way in Canada.
I know. That's all right. You're gonna hook something up to where I can be an artist and come out there and perform in Canada.
That is something I'm trying to work out, is getting to be able to have artists come here for shows, because I think that's something that we're missing, to have like smaller concerts to hear R&B and jazz and different things like that. We don't always get people coming in unless it's like the big jazz festival, which is once a year.
What part of
Yeah.
Canada are you in?
I'm in Montreal.
I love Montreal. It's very pretty and clean. I've been
Yeah.
to Montreal. I've been to Trois-Rivières, and I've been to
Yeah.
Montreal, Trois-Rivières. What's the other? Starts with a no.
Vancouver.
Yes, I came there with Chaka. We did some shows with Chaka. Yeah, that was nice.
Vancouver is
I
really
love
pretty.
meeting you. You guys are so sweet.
I love that. But yes, speaking of Chaka, because you said you did some shows with her, I actually saw the video. What was it called? Crafting the Sound,
Oh
where
yeah,
you reunited with
Audrey Wheeler
Audrey
and
Wheeler and Sandra St. Victor. Yes.
yeah.
So how was that experience, reconnecting with those women? And then if you could share one of your cherished memories of being on the road with Chaka Khan.
Well, answer to the first question, it was awesome because what it was is Sandra St. Victor, myself, and Audrey Wheeler, who was married to Will Downing, by the way. Her name is Audrey Wheeler Downing. We all sang with Chaka at the Pori Jazz Festival in Switzerland, and someone captured it, put it on internet, and it went viral. So then she gave us all solos that went viral. So then a filmmaker, Malik Rashad, saw it, loved it. He's a music buff too, like you. And he contacted each one of us and said, listen, I would like to do a documentary called Crafting the Sound, where you basically do like a clinic sort of kind of like on background singing with Chaka, because your unit is the favorite unit of Chaka's background singers as far as, sound and, how we compliment her and stuff. And so he contacted each one of us and asked us, would we be interested? And we all said yes. We did it at Smash Studios in New York. And a young lady, a young sister who you saw at the end of it, she sang a Shaka song too. Her name is oh gosh, I forgot her name real quick. I can't remember. It'll come to me. But she sang beautifully, and I'm sorry.
I'll put it at the bottom of the screen.
Oh, okay. Thank you. She she was like one of the singers who were influenced by Chaka, and she also got a chance to do the doc with us as well. And a lot of people came out. It was really good. We had consummate musicians playing for us, and it was really a great experience because Chaka is an American gem, an American icon. Everyone loves and adores her. She's been in the business for over 50 years, and she looks like she's 2. She's aging backwards, by the way. And her voice is like stellar. It's like, it's still gorgeous. She's gorgeous. And the experience with her is a dream come true for me, because I always grew up singing in the mirror to the handbrush, singing all her songs. And then when I got the gig with her, I said to my mom up in heaven, I was like, Mommy, can you believe this? I'm singing with Chaka Khan. Because she used to always, what are you doing? I'm singing, I love you anyway, in the mirror, doing my thing. And to have gotten that gig, Audrey Wheeler, by the way, got that gig for me. I was singing with D'Angelo. We were at the London Cafe We did that live in London with D'Angelo. It was me, Angie Stone, and Deborah. Deborah Cole. I'm sorry, she was gonna kill me if I forgot. Deborah Cole. It was Angie Stone, myself, and Deborah Cole, and we all sang and did our thing. And then after the show, I went upstairs to my dressing room. D'Angelo had given us solos, and the audience loved it. And when I went upstairs in my dressing room, I heard D'Angelo say, "Karen." I was like, "Yeah." He said, come out your dressing room. Chaka wants to speak to you." I said, "Who?" He said, "Chaka Khan." I said, "Oh." So I got a little nervous because she's my idol. I'm like, "Oh." So I came out the room and I walked across the hallway and she was in his dressing room. And I looked at her. I was like, "Hi, Chaka." She said, "You a bad bitch." And I was like, "Oh, I didn't know. What should I?" She said, "Oh, girl, that's a term of endearment." Because I was like, "Did she just call me a bitch?" But it was, a good bitch. Um, I laugh about it now. So, she said to me, she said, "I love your voice. I loved your solo." And she said to me, she said, "You're gonna be singing for me one day." And that next year, I was singing with her. I was actually on the road with Incognito before I got with Shaka. And my first gig with her was in Boston, and it was great. It was just a great experience. I stayed with her for like, I think 6 years. She's been with her the longest though. Yeah. Shaka's like I said, a dream come true. It's like God heard my prayers and put me in that spot. It's one of the highlights of my career. Definitely.
Yeah, that's a full circle moment from singing her songs in the mirror with the hairbrush to actually being on stage with her
And standing in
singing
her
her songs.
orbit, breathing her air. No, it was awesome.
That is a blessing. That
It
is
really
amazing.
is.
I love that. And for anybody that's listening and watching, it's called Crafting the Sound. I saw it on YouTube, so you could check it out there. And it's
Yes.
such a feel good documentary. Like, you just see how much you three just gel, like you guys are sisters. And the
Thank you.
performances are
Yeah.
amazing. The band is amazing. So definitely check it out. I loved it. I'm probably going to watch it again tonight.
Well, good. Okay. It's 3 parts too. Did you see all 3 parts?
No, I didn't. I only saw that part.
Yes, 3 parts. When you go on YouTube, type in "Crafting the Sound" part 1, 2, and 3, and it'll come up. So
Okay.
you just see all of it. You're
Okay.
gonna love it. It's fun.
Okay, so that's what I'm gonna watch tonight. I'm gonna watch all three parts because I only saw the one part and I love that. And I was just like, oh, this is so good. Another cool thing that you've done, well, I think is cool because I remember that moment of seeing it for the first time, which was Erykah Badu's music video for Tyrone. I just remember being amongst my family, we're all women, and that video came on, and at the end of the video, when she says what she says and the crowd erupts, like the same thing happens in my living room. Like everybody is just clapping,
Really?
laughing.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And even for me, like I got it. I think I was 11 at that time, but like it was such a moment that's just stuck in my head of like when that video premiered. So, how was that experience for you doing that?
Another milestone because Erica, as you know, is a lot of things. And she's Erica. So what she does, people love and revere. And when we got with her, she was a very sweet, humble, just come from Dallas kind of chick that didn't really know much about New York. And she came and she was doing a show. We did a show. We did our first show on 40 Barbara. Barbara, she passed. I can't think of the name of it, but that was our first show, and we did a few songs, and then we went on tour after that. We went on tour in London, and I just saw her bloom from when she first started. She was every record that came out was just bam, 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 bam. And we were just on tour forever, and just so many accolades for her. So singing when the Tyrone video, we actually did that in SIR. Oh wait a minute, no, we did that in was one of the Midwest. We did the video. We shot the video in the Midwest. She said to me one day, she was like, I think we were in LA, and she was like, "Karen, did you see the video?" So I was like, "What video?" "Tyrone." I was like, "No." She said, "Oh, you ain't seen it yet?" I was like, "No." She's like, "I got a little surprise for you." And I was like, oh, I was saying to myself, what kind of surprise could she have? And then I sort of winked like that. I was like, ah. And that's all everybody talking about. You saw you was winking at me, right? I was like, uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, that was a great experience touring with her and the band, the original band, Erykah's band, me, Keys, Norman Keys Hurt, Poogie Bell, Hubert Eves, Ndambi, myself, Karen Bernod, and Joyce Strong. That those people, the original, was awesome, and we really brought her out there and put her on the map, because it was nice. We just sound well together. We got along well. It was a family. Erykah was just starting now. You saw her blooming into herself, and it's another milestone. I love it. I love God for the paths that He's put before me. And I thank God that I chose the right paths because I wouldn't change anything about my career. Some people want to be the next, big thing out there. I'm really content with how my career is going, and however God sees fit for me to be wherever or do whatever. I'm so far so good, so I have no complaints because I've really been blessed with the artists that I've had the opportunity to be with.
No, you've been with some legends, like just reading your biography and seeing everything that you've done. Like, we don't even have enough time to go over everything, but it's been really special just to discover everything that you've done and how much it's made an impact on my life, and I'm sure other people that are listening and watching.
Thank
So
you.
I think it's so dope when you're able, you know, to get to receive that gift from God and be able to actually, do the work and put it out there. So congratulations on everything that
You.
you've accomplished.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Well, I'll be glad when I
I
meet
did want
you
to
and
ask,
you see the show. I'm sorry.
yeah, no, it's okay. Yeah, no, definitely. There's so many shows that I want to go to, but they're all happening, obviously not in my city.
Yeah, yeah.
So I gotta
Not
get
yet.
across the border. I wanted to ask about D'Angelo. You mentioned it a little bit too, live at the Death. So that is something else that you were able to do. So what do you remember about recording that with D'Angelo and how they're also doing that?
D'Angelo, another genius, that was actually one of my best tours out of my career, out of the artists that I've been with. He's one of them, but this is one of my best because I called him like the Quincy Jones of the 21st century because his knowledge of music, his feel for music, his ability to play all instruments and talk to the singers at the same time. He's showing the drummer, that's showing the horn player, that's showing the guitar player, and showing the bass how he wants it to be played, and then him to get on the keys. And it was an education for me. I often sat back in rehearsals and just sat back when it wasn't time for the singers and just listened to him. I was in awe. Like, wow, I'm glad I got that gig too because that was an education for me. And when he died, I didn't even know he was sick. Just it's still messing me up because I can't believe he's no longer here physically on this earth. His tour was like it was a lot of fun because he's fun and funny, and the um the crew and the band and the gigs that we had. We had lots of fun in London, and then Angie Stone was one of the background singers with me and Deb Cole, and it was just and then Angie Stone Angie came from Miss Angie B when she was young. She was a rapper. You remember that? I know you're younger, but I know you know the music. I'm Angie B, and I
Yes.
want you to know, and not yet. And then she went from that to Vertical Hold, and then that was
Yes.
hot. And then she went from Vertical Hold to her as a solo artist, and then she got with D'Angelo, and she's just been like, so for her and him not to be here, it's a sad moment. We don't have them physically, but thank God we still have their legacy. But to get back to D'Angelo, I really enjoyed learning from him as well and being a friend and just being in his orbit to experience what God gave him to share, because he was really, really, really talented and really, really nice guy, sweetheart, and funny as hell too. Yeah. But yeah, it was like, yeah. I think about it. I'm like, I actually, when I finished singing with D'Angelo, he introduced me to Erykah. That's how I got that gig. We were at a rehearsal one
Oh,
day at SIR in New York on 51st Street. That's no longer there. We were rehearsing. Dee and I and the rest of the crew was all rehearsing. This young lady who had on this, she had braids down to the floor. She didn't have on any shoes. She had on a patchwork, kind of raggedy looking, patchy kind of skirt, that bohemian look. And she was a cute little light skinned thing with a big butt. And I was like, she came while we were singing, she came over and she brought cups of tea for each singer. She put a cup of tea down. She went out and bought us some tea and put a cup of tea down in front of me, in front of the other two singers. And I didn't know, we were singing, so I didn't know who she was. But after rehearsal was over, D'Angelo introduced her. Hey, y'all, this is Erykah Badu, a friend of mine from Dallas and da-da-da. And we all knew each other. Then we went on the road and did our thing. And when my leg of the tour was over with him, it was time for Erykah to go on the road. And me and Norman Keys Hurt was best friends at the time. And we went together. So we went with Erykah. We was with D'Angelo, and then we went with Erykah, and it went on from that, and it's just been great, beautiful.
so that's amazing, and it's also beautiful that you're able to have these stories with these great artists that you come in
Thank you.
contact with and you've worked with. So that's super cool. So thank you for sharing all of those stories with the different artists that you were able
Pleasure.
to work with throughout the years.
Thank you. I'm actually writing a memoir. I'll keep you posted on that.
Ooh,
Yeah,
love that. Okay, so yeah, we're definitely gonna have to look out for that because that's another thing that I love to read. So
me
that
too.
is something else that I'm definitely gonna look forward
Cool.
to and get once that's all put together.
Cool.
And I have just like two more questions for you because you've been in the industry for so long and so many artists now are getting in, but they're having trouble staying because they're I feel like sometimes they're paying too much attention to social media or the numbers or trying to be on a streaming platform and all these crazy things that are sometimes
Yeah.
unnecessary. For
Mm.
you, like what's some advice that you can give about longevity in the music industry?
Advice for, I'm sorry, what's the last part you said?
What's some advice that you can give to maybe an emerging artist about longevity in the music industry?
Yeah, staying power. Well, I would say, first and foremost, if you get into this business thinking that you're going to be the next Sabrina Carpenter or a Beyonce or Taylor Swift or any of those, it's not going to happen. What you need to really concentrate on is your craft, honing your craft, being good, knowing different types of genres of music, not just trap music or hip hop or R&B. No music. Study it, and be true to who you are as an artist. Don't be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go in there and get my Grammy, and then I'm gonna get an NAACP award, and then that may happen for you, but don't go in thinking that's my goal. I'm a this, I'm a that, I'm gonna get this and that. Do it for the music, the love of it, the experiences that you're gonna have in it, and be good at what you do, and be humble and give back to others. That's the main thing. You want to, each one reach one and teach one. That's really what it's all about. And that's why I coach on the side sometimes because, you know, the different generations that are coming up, I didn't grow up with social media. I didn't grow, so social media, the internet just has changed the entire paradigm. 360, not 180, 360. So it's a different world. And I'm having to adapt to what's going on now with, the likes and the streamings and the this and the that. And I look at it a little differently than someone that's born into it and that's all they know. But I would say hone your craft, be true to yourself, love what you do, have good work acumen. Don't be late. Don't be disrespectful. Listen to those who have paved the way for you because you don't know everything. And pray a lot and tell God specifically what you want and how you want it. And he'll craft it for you the way it needs to be. Move full speed ahead. But being humble is the key. Be humble. Don't be conceited just because you got a hit record. Don't think, you the shiznit now. Can't nobody tell you nothing. Your shit don't stink. Nope, nope, nope. You got to be humble. You got to hone your craft. You got to learn. You got to learn about the different genres of music and where it comes from. Like one young guy, he's like, "Yo, Miss Karen, I got beats, yo. I got beats, yo. You want to hear my beats?" So I was like, "Yeah, baby, I do want to hear 'em. Do you know where the original beat maker came from?" Nah, but I got these beats and I want you to hear. I said, "Well, can I educate you?" "Yeah, all right. I'm listening." I said, "Well, I don't want to say nothing if that's what I'm your at." "Oh, all right, I'm sorry. I just want you to hear my beats." I said, "I'm going to hear your beats. I just want you to hear my beat." So he said, all right, you funny. You funny, yo, you funny. So I told him, I said, the original beat comes from the drum in Africa that was used to communicate back and forth. The white man that came and conquered Africa didn't understand what was going on. So this is how they communicated. So that was the beat maker. And then it evolved into what it is today, where all you got to do is do ding, 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 instead of ba, chicka, chicka, ba. I just want these kids to learn how to play an instrument so you can really the fullness of what music is. And you can still do your tinker tink with the electronic because that's where we are, but mix it, mix it in. It should be the old with the new, a mixture. Everybody doesn't know, every generation doesn't know everything. We should all reach out to each other and touch each other and teach each other. Touch each other and teach each other. Yeah.
I agree, because even you saying like it's different for someone who was raised on social media, but I think that's the problem. I think sometimes we need to look at what was done previously because those methods still work. So
Right.
when I look at artists promoting, doing interviews, radio, all those different things, like, a lot of artists don't want to start off with the smaller outlets and work their way up
No,
as people used to
that's
do
how it
before.
goes.
They kind of, yeah, they kind of just want to go to like the big stuff and
They
like
want to be at the
get it
top
over with.
automatically as soon as they come out.
Yeah,
Just it
yeah,
doesn't work like that. It just doesn't. The momentum doesn't even work. And even though you might see artists that it seems like they just came out yesterday, no, they've been working for a while. You gotta. I just being an influencer and all of that. I don't know who made that word up or where it came from, but it takes a lot to be a true influencer. And if you're going to be in the music industry, it's just not about coming out, having a hit, and being this big, you know, entity. It's not like you have to pay your dues, and that comes in increments. And you got to hone your
hmm
craft. You got to know, you got to craft. You just can't be out there. You know what I noticed too? That a lot of these artists that are coming out now, there's not a whole lot of live shows like it used to be. You ever notice that? And if there is a
no,
live show, it's like 15 acts on one show instead of like, you know what I'm saying? I noticed that. And that has a lot to do with technology and what's happening now with social media, I think.
yeah. But the thing about it too, there are artists that I speak to and they want to perform, but there's no place for them to perform also too. So
Right.
that happens, I guess, in certain cities. Like they don't have platforms where they can go and, showcase their talents or work on their talent by doing more shows.
Yeah.
There's a lot of opportunity for people to come in and create certain things to help artists today
Yeah.
off of social media in person. So there's a lot of work to do, but I think you're right that we can learn from each other, each generation.
Yeah. That's
And
how we
definitely,
survive.
yeah,
You know,
definitely.
each
Yeah.
one teach one. And that African proverb, it takes a village, is true. You can't do it by yourself. You can't. Just doesn't work that
No, not at all. And also throughout this whole thing, just speaking about it, I see a lot of wisdom from Iris in your response. So a lot of what she taught you was coming right through
way. Thank you.
in that response.
I
So
love
I
my mama.
love to hear that.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, she did an amazing job because
Thank you.
everything that you said, I was like, oh, this is just like what she said at the top of the interview that her mom instilled in her. So that was really cool.
Thanks.
No, of course.
I like your
I
vibe.
had one. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Sure.
One of my questions, it's a little random, but some artists do listen into the podcast. So, and you said somewhere that you were a vocal coach. I wanted to know, is there like a common mistake that singers make, or is there advice that you can give to them to protect their instrument?
As far as protecting your instrument, common sense. Just have a lot of common sense. Just don't do stupid things. Like I used to smoke cigarettes. I stopped. Thank God. Just do things that make sense. If you know that you shouldn't be doing X, Y, and Z because it's gonna mess up your moneymaker, then don't do it. But some of us have to learn the hard way. And as far as the coach, what did you say in the beginning about the I said protect your voice part. What did you ask? What's the first part of the question again?
Is there a common mistake that singers
Yeah.
make?
I would say what some of the things that I see with singers, that's a common mistake is pushing their voice, like trying to sound so much like the artist that they're listening to. They will push their voice, and you can see the veins popping out of people's necks sometimes when they're just trying to push their voice through. And I would say don't do that. I would say, just relax and breathe. Breathing is the key. Breathing is the key to executing good notes or sustaining a note. Breathing is key. So I would say, I'm sure you can find it on YouTube University, if you don't have a coach or whatever, but there's different parts of like I drink a lot of teas and stuff in the wintertime. Like if it's, if I have a cold, I have allergies now, which is why I'm sniffling and stuff because I see pollen out here. New York is like whatever. But anyway, I would definitely, like I said, pushing the voice is not good. Breathing will help you sustain notes. And when you're singing, don't stretch your neck this way. Have erect posture so the notes and the air can travel up, freely, up and out. Don't have bad posture. The notes are going to be crunched, sit up straight, and execute. Project your voice so the person in the back of the room will hear. And that comes with a little training and, being able to sing from the diaphragm. But the most common thing I would say is don't push, and breathing is important to execute, and relax. But again, I would say this too: hone your craft. Find out different things about different singers and how they live. Like, different singers that you might admire, or different singers from your mom's day. People from different eras can teach you different things. That's why when my mom on Saturday morning cleanup, she was playing Aretha Franklin. She was playing the Jackson 5. She was playing Marvin Gaye. She was playing Lena Horne. She was playing Ella Fitzgerald. She was playing so many different genres of music. She was playing Frank Sinatra. I heard all kind of music growing up. So that really gave me an opportunity, really want to hear different types of music by different artists, so I can hone my own, but yeah.
I think a lot of people can learn from that and take better care of their voice and really find what it is that works for them.
There's already a them,
Yeah.
they're already getting paid. There's a market for them already. So make your niche, make whatever your niche is, find that and make yours, Be original.
Amazing. Yes. I agree wholeheartedly. I want to thank you so much for coming on the podcast and spending some time with me. I really
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Let everybody know again when Iris is going to be out, and also where they can get tickets so that they can see you on Mother's Day at City Winery in New York.
Okay, so you can get, you can go to Karen Bernod music.com and you can get everything there. You can get my links to my music, links to City Winery, links to my everything Karen is at KarenBernardMusic.com. City Winery is going to be May 10th, Mother's Day at 5 p.m. main stage with my band Brooklyn Soul. The tickets are, you can either go to the website, citywinery.com or .org, I think it is, I'm not sure, but City Winery New York, because there's several in different cities. So City Winery New York.com or .org, or you can go to KarenBernardMusic.com and that link will take you straight there. I would say don't buy from any third party organizations, because they did that on my last show and people were buying tickets for $200. I was like, no.
Wow.
These third parties, they hike the prices up and price gouge. So only buy tickets from City Winery. please don't buy from any other entity. But yeah, citywinery.org or .com, New York. KarenBernodMusic.com for anything Karen, all of my links to everything. And my album is coming out May 13th, my birthday. The name of my project is called Iris, My Beautiful Flower Mama. And we're going to have some fun. And I look forward to all of you guys coming. And if you can't make this one, please make the next one.
Definitely. So yeah, we gotta follow you. We gotta stay up to date on everything because there's so much that's coming down the line with the
Yes.
album, the shows that are coming up, the memoir that is coming up eventually that we're gonna get. So a lot of exciting things that you're working on. So I will be following from now on and supporting all the stuff that you do. So
Yeah.
again, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And it was a pleasure. Your interview was lovely. I enjoyed you. And I wish you well. And I hope to meet you soon. And again, I just want to
Of
give
course, I hope
I'm sorry, my friend's place a plug. So we're in Brooklyn, and the name of this place is called Rustic. I just want to give you a little.
oh wow.
And this is the sign. See? Rustic. Anytime you're in Brooklyn, it's in Bed-Stuy. Come on by. It's Black
So now we
owned.
also got a place
Food and the drinks are delish.
So we're going to look out for Rustic. Also, when you're in New York City, head on down to Brooklyn
Yes.
and get your food and your drink at Rustic. So I love that. We're going to definitely have to check that out.
Yeah, you'll love it.
Perfect. And so everybody that's listening and watching, this is the Total R&B podcast. My name is Loreena, and you can find us online on Instagram at total.rnb and YouTube and I will be back with a brand new interview.